it's like I don't care about nothing, man. Roll another blunt. Yeah. Oh,
All right, it's another Saturday, but before we begin, I have to ask one simple question. Raymond, Afro Man's Because I Got High?
Yeah.
As our lead-in song?
Yeah. You know,
Por qué?
why not?
Look, we're about to talk about the DC. All right.
Okay.
Tell me which producer hasn't been high while trying to make one of these movies.
And that, my friends, is how we do a segue on Vagabond Nerds. It's been another glorious 2 weeks. How are you? How are y'all?
What 2 weeks have you been living in?
I've apparently been high for the last 2 weeks,
Oh, okay,
according
well,
to the
never
song.
mind.
So my 2 weeks have been great. Y'all's?
My 2 weeks have been eventful.
Eventful.
Yes.
I actually know some of that, so I can.
I know you do. Yes.
It has been eventful.
I've been. Yeah, my dog's gone through a lot of stuff. My actual dog, not like some weird metaphor for anything.
Okay.
So.
Yeah, Jason's been fine, man.
Well, he had surgery for the second time weeks back. He's okay. He's doing well. He's got all these little bumps on him that he keeps scratching, and then he's just we got a bleeder, and it's forever. So my wife and I have been taking turns with styptic and pads and stuff to keep him from bleeding all over the place, and we are fighting a losing battle. But he's doing well. He's doing good. All those bumps are starting to go away now. He's starting to be.
I'm so glad I've already eaten for the morning.
Dude, it's blood. What do you want to do?
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, it does.
You know what? Done with you.
Yep.
Jansen?
The other good thing.
No, I want to skip to Jansen.
What's up?
Hey, Jansen.
Hey.
How's your 2 weeks been, man?
It's all right.
Good, man.
A man of few words.
Did you have any bleeding bumps on you?
Well, just about every other day.
Oh yeah, you got to get an ointment for
They
that.
got cream. They got cream for that. Ray, you know how that is, right? Yeah.
Full supply, man.
Other than that,
Wasn't there some?
yes, I went to Taco Cabana this morning. They had eggs.
Did they?
I got eggs. Yes, got a whole.
Excellent.
They had enough to fill a box of 12 for the tacos, the whole box. So I got leftovers. So at the house,
good.
I didn't bring any, but
That's
figured I'd
always good
share.
to know. I appreciate that.
You know, that story goes back to what, about a year ago?
Maybe
Yeah.
at least. Oh, no, not yet, but sure. It was last year.
Yeah, it was last year.
It was
almost
last
a year
year.
ago.
Which is about your 1 year anniversary with us, the show, right?
Oh, today. Is it today?
I think it's today.
It is today.
I apologize.
Fuck.
No. Look at that.
Congratulations
Look, I didn't even
on me.
know.
Not too bad.
I didn't even know that was going to happen. I was like, you know what this show needs?
A flask. Yeah.
Probably watered down.
Just kidding. I'll be the judge of
Go
that.
for it.
We're
Yeah.
going to pass this around.
Hey, congratulations to me. Fantastic.
Dude, yeah, happy
Happy 1 year anniversary.
Happy 1 year anniversary. Yeah. That's appreciated. Scooby.
Been drinking that a lot to get through this whole thing, but here we are.
Yeah.
Nothing like
It's good to know that's not watered down.
uppers and downers to come together like this.
That's how we run the show.
Well, that's how we're going to pass this flask is what we're going to do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sure.
Where Jason actually tastes and goes, oh my gosh, you guys aren't joking.
Oh, that's just good. That's good.
That's
It's
just
just good
good.
whiskey. Which that's the Jameson, the IPA edition.
Yeah, it was.
It's got a little bit. It's oddly enough IPA edition, a little sweeter than the regular Jameson.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just takes the
Decent.
bite off for some reason. I don't understand
Yeah.
why, because it's IPA, and you figure it's
You don't
gonna
like
be
Jansen?
it's gonna be a kick in the.
Well, I just
It's gonna be a kick
There's
in
a
the
bunch of
nuts.
electronics over
I'm
there.
still on my coffee, guys. Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
He's drinking.
You know.
We don't want him drinking and board hopping, man.
Don't drink and board up?
Well, actually, typically I'd do that, but just after like around 3.
Just drinking, or
he's
You have to wait till those bells hit the 12 o'clock.
Dude,
Yeah.
I don't day drink, man, because it messes me up.
Yeah, neither do we.
This is a special occasion. It's Saturday.
It's his anniversary.
Have fun.
Yeah.
Happy anniversary. Y'all deserve it.
As James just said on the feed, love day drinking.
Hey,
24 hours in a day, 24 beers in a
you
case.
can't drink all day if you don't start early.
That's true.
Well, if I started early, I'd be in a corner huddling crying at about 4 o'clock. So I'm gonna just
man.
pass right now.
Man.
You're one of those. You're one of those drunks.
You're one of those drunks.
Well, not normally, but with the stress I'm under.
Right? Yeah, I understand.
Yeah.
We found out about 3 weeks ago. My liver took a vacation and just left me. That was a big bottle.
It was a lot of. It was a lot.
It was a big
I was
bottle.
worried. I'm like, hold on. I started doing the math on it. I'm like, that you should be. You
Dead.
should. Yeah, you should be dead.
No, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. It'll be all right.
Liver smiver. Again, things that the DC producers talk about. Let's get into the topic, man.
Yeah, of course.
Enough of this debauchery.
I don't think debauchery. That word doesn't exist here.
That's true.
Look at us.
Okay.
Thanks.
Enough of our normal day.
There you go.
Yeah.
Perfect.
All right. So, quick question. So, okay, what do we think is the fundamental flaw of the DCEU as it currently stands? Let's start there.
The fundamental flaw.
Is there or is there a fundamental flaw? Maybe it's not with the universe, but with the studio. Y'all, let us discuss.
You want to go? You want
Discuss.
me to go? I can go.
I see many little things. I see many little things that add up to a whole. To me, it's not just a sole thing. You couldn't just give it to another owner or another studio and say, okay, they're going to take care of it. They're going to do it from here. I think it's an amalgamation of many moving parts.
Okay, which would be?
We'll get there.
Okay,
I want to hear
enough.
what he says.
Fair enough. Okay.
I think the major thing for me that I see with them is it's the producers. They're overproducing it. They get in. Hey, we did our testing. We did our analysis. This the perfect example of corporate models gone wrong. And we want to overproduce this because 9 out of our 10 viewers during that one secret screening we had said they didn't like this. So we've obviously got to change it because they obviously speak for the entire world.
There's a difference between having a finger on the pulse of what people actually want and having both hands wrapped around its neck, throttling it till it dies. And I think you've definitely touched on one of the points that I was going to make is, yeah, you're right. They have their hands in it too much. They need to kind of just let it breathe.
Yeah.
Well, but do they? I mean, and I'm going to say, because I have a similar point, but let's look at Man of Steel and Batman versus Superman: Dawn of Justice, a.k.a. Martha. I mean,
Why did you say that name?
Why did you say that name? I would like pancakes with that. No, it just.
You know,
I don't think that's really overly produced.
And in about 10 minutes, I'm going to defend that Martha bit. But go ahead.
Well, we've all defended it, except for him. We've all defended it. But the point is, do you really think that was overproduction? Because it sounds like, because it looks like Snyder got everything he wanted in those 2 films. So I'm not necessarily sure that it's overproduction. I think it's, and this goes back forever. Warner Brothers Film does not understand the properties.
Well, I don't think. First, I think it depends. I'm going to do a Clintonism here. It depends on what your definition of overproduction is.
Fair enough.
Because I think what Ray's speaking to is overproduction is too many hands in the pie.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Your overproduction, are you speaking about, the post-production? Or what?
No.
You are talking about the same idea, right?
No, I think the same idea. I think Snyder got everything he wanted in those 2 films.
But I don't think...
And I think the reshoots of Justice League were to try and pull back what Snyder wanted. I do think Justice League was overproduced because you had two wildly different visions of that film trying to be amalgamated. Exactly. Well, but you can have multiple directors and reshoots and still have it feel like more of a cohesive story. Look at Back to the Future.
But not when you reshoot 75% of the movie.
Well, he didn't, though.
No.
I thought that's what they said. That's what happened. Well, it was like 75% of the movie.
If you look at the director credit, I believe Snyder got sold.
Snyder got credit, but that's as you and I were talking about this one day. I thought that was because specifically Whedon said, "Look, it's his film, it's not my film," and that was out of respect for him doing it. Because we all know, I don't know if everybody knows how he left, but we all know why he left the production, and it's because of his family, his daughter, right? And that's a huge. I mean, can't blame the guy for that. It's a horribly sad thing.
Yeah, but
the thing is, he had already finished the movie.
No,
by and
he
large.
had, and
then
that's when he was like, "Look, I'm not coming back to do anymore. I got to focus on my family."
No, and again, that's
and then they said,
yeah.
"Okay, who do we get?" So they said, well, "Let's get Joss Whedon."
And like I said, I do agree that Justice League was overproduced, which is why it looks the way it does, because you have two different films being blended together.
I don't think it was overproduced. I think it's specifically a result of the two different director styles. Look,
I think,
Snyder has such
so.
a specific style, and so does Whedon. It's very
they're very, very
Whedon's
different.
not specific, right? I mean, Whedon could be a little bit like somebody could vamp on Whedon, right? It's a possibility somebody could comp his style.
Yeah.
Snyder's, you could comp it too, but
It's much more difficult.
definitely Snyder when you see it. There's no question about that.
Right. No, and I don't disagree with that. My point is the fact that they even brought Joss Whedon on to do it was because the producers were like, well, we need to lighten the tone, we need to do this, we need to do that. And
No, I agree with that.
And that's
I
what I'm
agree with
saying.
that.
But part
I do
of that,
agree
though,
with
Which
that.
again goes back to the too many hands in the pot.
Part of that, though, I also think that there was someone out there that goes, what would piss off the other guy? And I'm not gonna we talked before the
You
show
really
starts.
think-
And
really?
I don't want to even mention their name. Michael is actually on the feed right now, and he's talking about the other studio and that they were trying to mimic. And so one of the goals of today's show is not to mention the other studio, but I really do think that there was someone in Warner Brothers who said, "Hey, no, let's you know what? Let's go get Whedon just for the hell of it."
They just wanted
Yeah,
to.
I don't think that
You think it was a jab,
I think
sorta?
you could have gotten anyone else to come because they've done it before.
Yeah, obviously.
They've absolutely gone and done it before. I think that was specifically to piss them off in any way they could.
Who was. The name escapes me. Suicide Squad, the director,
David Ayer.
David Ayer. Yeah. They could have brought him and didn't do it. And I think he would have almost been a closer style to Snyder.
Yeah,
But,
I think he would have been
but
fine.
witty
So-
enough and his own far
Right.
enough away that he could have pulled it off.
But so there's a problem then again too, though, is because they say that Ayer's version of Suicide Squad wasn't what the studio put out. The rumor there is that they took the
We took a bunch of the Joker footage out.
they
is what
took-
they
well,
said.
that
They took
was
a
one.
lot out.
They said
they
they took
took-
a
Oh, yeah.
lot out.
They took the company that cut the first few trailers for Suicide Squad. They had them go back in and edit, and
Really?
that's the rumor for the movie.
Really? A rumor.
Ayers
Okay.
come back and said, "No, I've put everything I can into it," and he's still part of the WB.
Right.
Like he's still very much entrenched.
Ayer?
Ayer, one of them.
All right.
But I think I don't care.
And
Whatever.
at this
potato,
point,
potato.
yeah. We all
But-
know who we're talking about.
But it's one of those things
It's
where
Ayn Rand.
I know.
But it's fine. I mean, there's no question there, but I
Yeah.
like your comparison. It was cute.
But it's
We don't care.
Yeah,
let's,
true.
Not this show.
let's Amtrak.
That's true.
But no, I think it's one of those things where
Track's a verb now.
yeah, right. So it's certainly he's still with it. I think they've got him doing Birds of Prey or
Yeah.
something.
I thought it was Birds of Prey.
Birds of Prey or something. I can't remember.
Hell, we
I
haven't
know
got
a
anything
lot's
else right.
changed.
I think he's doing Croc at Isle Dundee 3.
No, that's coming out. Wasn't that supposed to come out this summer?
What?
Crocodile Dundee, the new one.
Remake?
I thought that was a gag. It was for the. It was. That was a. You mean
Was
with
it?
what's his
I don't
face,
know.
right?
Anyway,
The dude from the new Alien movie, and he was
Michael
Fassbender?
No.
No. Hold on. Michael, because how you pronounce the director's last name is talentlessness.
Wow, that
All
was
right.
harsh.
That was
All right.
nice.
All right.
That is hold on. That's completely unfair. I mean, he was able to direct Will Smith in a way that made him suck. Now that takes some skill because that
does.
man is amazing.
takes a lot of talent.
I'm just saying.
Again,
That takes some talent.
Again, though, I mean,
Give credit where credit is due.
Here's another individual who's made movies though that have been absolutely knockouts. I'm not seeing directors come through because then you have something like Wonder Woman, which was a director who she fought endlessly because Warner Brothers did not want to include the trench scene from Wonder Woman, where she's coming out in the battlefield in World War II. They were like, whatever, World War I. Sorry.
Those are two different wars,
Okay,
Ray.
shut up, man.
Yeah, there's World War II is the sequel.
Yeah, that's true.
It wasn't directed very well either.
Can't wait for World War III. But they
Here
went,
it's coming out soon.
right.
It'll be more. It's with a more diverse cast this time.
But they didn't want that scene.
Why?
They did not want that scene.
Who's
because
they? Producers?
The producers.
Why did they not want that scene?
They're like, well, we don't feel like it fits in this movie.
Why does it not fit in the movie?
That's exactly the question she had. That was the question that she posed, and she was like, what are you guys talking about?
Why does it not fit in the movie? I don't understand.
And that was the problem with it.
That makes no sense.
And that was the thing, is that she was sitting there saying, she goes, guys, this is going to make or break this movie. Like, this one scene, she goes, I really feel it's that strong.
Well, that's the one that rallies everyone behind her.
Exactly right.
It establishes her as the heroine for that movie at that point.
That comes from producers who were just, again, I want to overproduce this thing. I don't think this is going to work. If the other studio on their first film had said, I don't think this is going to work, we would never have what we have now.
Well, hold on. On their first film.
On their first film.
Which one are we talking about here?
We're talking about their 2008.
Okay, not the other one. Not the other green one.
Yeah.
Because.
Yeah.
No.
No,
like,
no.
Rolled up newspaper on the nose.
Oh no.
Pop. No. You know.
And that's the problem. That's
I guess technically it wasn't under new management at that point. It was after that new management took over, and that's what gave us.
Well, and part of it also was, you see Jeff Johns enter in as what role did they give him?
Guru.
Creative hamster guru pet is what they gave him.
Okay.
Which was basically their answer to it was their answer for what they wanted to do.
Yeah.
And here's a guy who has been entrenched in the comics for so long, who redesigned and who has the definitive Green Lantern in the comic books right now.
Yeah.
Who's pitching in for the Green Lantern movie coming up, which I'm really excited about now. I don't know about the casting. You know, we got some Tom Cruise being thrown around, which wouldn't be bad. They want an older Hal Jordan because they're trying to forget the mistake that was Ryan Reynolds. And my thing is, like, look,
Ryan Reynolds was not the mistake.
Well, hold on. As Hal Jordan, that is a mistake.
No, it's not. Sorry.
No, he's not Hal Jordan.
He is not a mistake. It was the script and everything about the movie.
Don't get me wrong. Yeah, there was nothing.
The actors and everything else. That was fine. There was no problem with that. That's just that was poorly.
Well, and that's
poorly written.
And that's the thing.
Poorly directed. Poorly animated.
Poorly everything.
Poorly put. They should have just shot it on the cutting room floor.
But here's the problem, though. I go back and I watch that Green Lantern.
Somebody should have just been like.
And set fire to it. But I go back and I watch it. It's not as bad as I remember the first time.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's just growing.
Rose-colored glasses?
Maybe. I don't know. I got to a point. I think we had this argument on Facebook the other day, and it wasn't an argument. And I say the other day. It was probably like the other month. But it was like we are so much to a point where we can now criticize these comic book movies to death, and I'm just happy to have them.
That's true. So am I.
Like, my thing is like, I just wanted to go ahead and do. See it. It's gonna suck. It's gonna suck. I go into a movie knowing that, oh crap, I have some faith upcoming.
Right.
I mean, Wonder Woman was great. Justice League. My problem with Justice League is you can tell it's two different movies.
That's the biggest beef
problem I have.
But we've already sort of addressed that both in our previous review of Justice League and what we've been talking about now the overproduction. So my question is, without scrapping everything, and I think that's a question we can save for a little bit later, but without scrapping everything, what do you do to move forward?
Okay. For me, I don't, one, don't scrap everything. If you're DC, pay attention. Don't scrap this. Don't scrap the universe you've already created, because you've actually got some really good actors where they're at. Yeah. Henry Cavill as Superman
is perfect.
Is pretty much dead on. Like,
I couldn't think of another person at this point to play him.
I think, and for like my daughter, that is her. That's her Superman. Right.
But I don't care about your Superman.
Yeah, I don't care. Yeah. I don't care about your Superman. But so I wouldn't go away from the cast. And we've had this discussion, Jason. I even like Affleck as Batman.
Jason?
Yeah. Oh no, he has fast become my favorite Batman.
Yeah.
And I'm a Keaton fan. I go back to Michael Keaton was my Batman all the way up until Affleck. And Affleck is sort of. You
didn't like George Clooney?
Nobody liked George Clooney. Didn't like George Clooney in that movie. The head bob?
I hated that. It was Dr. Ross playing frickin' Batman. Because he was still playing Dr. Ross.
Yeah,
which was stupid because I sat there and right before they announced him being Batman, Dusk Till Dawn came out, and I'm like,
oh, he was so
oh my
good
God.
in that.
I was like,
he was so good.
Great Batman. And
Or
then,
again, look at him in Three Kings.
Three Kings, yep. What was the other one where he plays the secret agent and he's trying to find the bomb, the nuclear bomb?
Peacemaker. I love that movie.
Peacemaker was fantastic.
I mean,
he's a great actor.
It's
There's
like-
not, and I love
just-
the guy. He's how could you not? He's,
it's like he just got in there and said, he
but-
just turned off the acting button.
but,
well, no,
yeah.
I blame Schumacher for that one, but that's
I think he was- I
that's
blame
too far.
everybody for
He was
that.
filming on
True
the
enough.
same set that ER was using, and it was in between shoots. And they brought him over. They shoved a hood on the here are your nipples and get on there. That's all they did every single time. I hated that.
That's what we do, man. We
was
just
so
throw nipples on everything,
frustrating.
and that's what makes it fun.
Seeing
Bat nipples are the googly eyes of the Batman universe.
Seeing Batman stand there in the suit that they must have given him a bendy neck just because they're like, we got to give him a bendy neck. He can't move his head enough. It was frustrating, dude, because
Oh
he'd
my
stand there
gosh.
and go, and I'm like, are you playing Jay Leno right now? Fuck, come on, dude.
That's one.
Sorry, it was
That's
almost.
two.
Was
That's
that
two?
I think that's two.
Oh,
That's
okay.
only one. I've only said
that's the
one.
only
We'll
one
have to
I've-
go back and watch. I think it's two.
I only said one.
All right, that's your one.
That is,
All right.
I'm sorry.
But
That
that's-
one bugged the crap.
But that's going back almost. No, it is going back 20 years.
Yes, it is.
So let's. Yeah.
Going.
It's further.
It's a little
Don't
further,
stop
man.
it. Stop.
All right. So
All right.
anyway, but yeah, I mean, don't
keep
scrap
everyone.
it.
Okay, but
Keep everyone.
What changes do you make?
I think we are going to lose Affleck though, just because of his personal demons.
I think, yeah. Well, I
Yeah.
read something today that they were talking about the fact that he's too costly to insure at this point.
Yeah.
At their budgets that they're going forward with.
Yeah.
And I think that's a poor decision, man. He's a good Batman.
He is. He is, and that's something I didn't because
I didn't think.
I was
look,
with everyone else. I was like, oh my
I was
gosh.
right there with everyone else. I thought he was going to be. I was like Affleck, you know.
Yeah.
I just.
Not that he doesn't
I
have
don't-
good movies.
Yeah.
He's got great movies.
Well, my thought was he was going to be too well known.
yeah, what was it? Town.
Yeah.
The town.
Yeah.
The Town?
Oh, yeah.
The town was
Oh,
fantastic.
it was. But it's like
Argo?
I couldn't. Yeah. Okay.
Argo was good. I love a good period piece
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
That was well done.
Mallrats.
yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
You can't.
You can't.
You can't hate Mallrats. Well, you could, but
Oh,
you
yeah.
really
No,
can't.
you can't
It's
hate
too good.
Mallrats.
It is. But again,
too good.
my problem with Affleck
backseat of a Volkswagen?
exactly.
Sounds like his MO.
Exactly. Outside of the dead hookers was that with Affleck, I'd see Affleck. I wouldn't see Bruce Wayne or whatever. But like I said, he's
pulled it
become
off.
He did.
pulled it off.
He has a very.
He pulled off the nipples, and he pulled off.
That's right.
And he pulled off the character.
Yeah, and the fact that they gave Jeremy Irons as Alfred
was great.
Yeah, that was
spot on, dude.
perfect.
It was I mean, it was weird. You'd never think who would I get for Batman and Alfred? You know what? Ben Affleck and Jeremy Irons. It's like someone walked up and whacked him on the head with a hammer after they said, "Who should?" Whang! Okay, yeah, these people. That'd be great. And
Yeah.
then lo and behold, you put them together, and you're like, these guys got actual chemistry. Like it
We
worked out.
got to be whoever the casting director was on that had to be sitting there going, "Oh, I think Affleck
was-
would be really good for this." And someone was looking at them going, "Are you kidding me?"
He was sitting there with a
Are you-
D20
again, are you high?
and rolling the dice and writing down names the whole time. That's
All right,
what
I
he
got
was doing.
Ben. All right, let's see who's the last one.
Somebody wrote down a bunch. That went through this. That's part of. I think this plays into your part of production. That
Yeah.
probably went through several different departments of people putting in. Let's get ideas. Who do you think? Who do you think? Who should play?
Yeah.
They had a list, and then Steve from accounting was rolling the dice with his D20, going like, "Could we afford this guy? Yeah, we can get him right now. Perfect."
now.
And now they're like, "Well, he's been so
Oh,
good, and now they
God.
can't afford him." And I'm like, "Come on, dude."
And I
put him
don't
in
think
there.
I do want to see Affleck continue. I don't think we're going to get Affleck.
I want to see
but I want to
Affleck's
see him.
script.
Which apparently
Oliva,
whatever.
Yeah, however you pronounce
says
it.
that it's one of the best Batman scripts he's
Batmans.
read.
Yeah, I would love to see that.
But
and they're never going to do it.
And I
they
think
rejected
But
it.
I think the reason why is because he went darker. And my thing is like, look, DC.
There's
Number one, not every character has to be darkened.
Yeah.
Superman did
True.
not need to be darkened.
But Superman. So this is what I'll get
The
with,
first
with
one,
Snyder.
the first one wasn't too dark, but it was a little too realistic. It was too much. It brought it too much realism. There
Which-
wasn't enough of that special magic where it's like he is a space alien.
Yeah.
He is a powerful spaceman that is here to just try to be himself, but wants to be all for humanity that humans can't be for themselves. That's always been his motto, and they didn't capture that very well.
Well, and I think the problem is, like, and again, we've all said this. it was a world based in reality, and that's not where Superman lives. Batman can live in our world, and to an extent or so.
To a very, you're right. You're
to a
right.
degree.
To a degree.
Again, Batman and the character with a lot of guns from the other studio can exist in our world.
In a way.
But Superman can't. Wonder Woman isn't. The Green Lantern certainly isn't.
Yeah,
so
but
it's one of those things
actually,
where...
no, Wonder Woman can exist in the world as well. I think she could exist in the real.
Okay.
Because I think
but
they
your
did
dominatrix FedEx doesn't matter.
No, that's different.
Okay.
They did a really good job in Wonder Woman making her. That movie felt like this world.
Right, but it like the other studio did, it's a world that feels like our own, but yet you can suspend disbelief just enough.
That's true.
That it's like, okay, well, there's magic. There's because I mean, it opens with Zeus
That's
fighting
true.
off a space alien.
That's true.
With a Green Lantern. So I mean, so they set that tone a little differently. Whereas with Man of Steel, it was very much set in our world, and they whatever that stupid filter is on your phone. They took all the color out of it.
Sepia.
Yeah, and they
I know what it is.
yeah. And then they damn near made the whole film
even the
in
pictures,
black and white.
Even the pictures of the cast of characters online still looks like it's filtered through that damn. It just really still looks like that.
Camera's
Sepia filter still looks like that.
Valencia, that's what we need to do. Valencia.
well, but to your point though, and I think this is one of the things that people have to realize, and the general audience, I don't think gets it. I think the hardcore fans get it. DC has never been about pop culture. DC is two things. One, they are always going to be about the myths, about what was created, the gods of legend in some form or fashion.
They pull from history very well to incorporate that into.
And the second thing is DC is also very much a reflection of the times. Good or bad.
Yeah.
Whereas in other studios go, this is the world we want to live in, and that's great. I'm all for that. But DC reflects, well, this is actually what would happen if this was today, which is why I think Man of Steel did get some heat, because they're like, oh my God, he was just down and he flew away, and Paul Kent would never say that. Well, no, that's in today's society and world, this is exactly what you would be saying. This is what you would be doing. But it's not my Superman.
Well, but that's my whole point. And again, I even wrote an article on why Paul Kent was the most real character we've ever seen in a comic book movie, because that is exactly how you would react. But my point is, DC works because their characters aren't of the time. The other studio is. Marvel works because their characters are referenced in pop culture.
I
didn't reference the studio. I referenced the comic. That's a loophole.
He's got a very good. Look at the loophole on Jason.
Thank you.
Nice. Yeah.
But
just to be fair,
DC is very Wagnerian.
Right. Wagnerian.
Thank you.
No.
Just give
I'm done for the day.
Give me a second while I Google your words.
Today's word of the day.
To be fair about all this, though, I know we spent a lot of time ragging on everything at this point. I still went to the movie theater and I still enjoyed Man of Steel. I still enjoyed. Initially, I enjoyed Batman versus Superman, except for a few little points, and then Justice League. I enjoyed that as well, except for, as we mentioned, the whole glaringly different directed parts of the film.
No, absolutely.
So outside of that, and I mean, Wonder Woman was a treat.
Yeah,
that was amazing. That was like a breath of fresh air that DC really needed when they did that.
Yes,
whatever they did with Wonder Woman is what they need to continue to do moving forward. You want to fix it? Take your ideas that you had, take whoever directed that, take the people that were involved in Wonder Woman, take Gal Gadot herself. I don't care, but move forward with all of those individuals. They did such a good job with that.
Michael, you can enjoy these movies.
Yes.
You can.
Yes.
But look, you enjoy these movies.
I even liked Suicide Squad.
You enjoy these movies as
I own the movie. I've seen it like 4 times.
All right.
Yeah.
Soundtrack also is fantastic. If
yes,
nobody has gotten,
really is, yeah.
no one's gotten that, go get the soundtrack to Suicide Squad. It's dope.
You're on timeout.
That may be the whitest thing since pumpkin spice lattes, referenced by
Shut up.
Raymond this morning.
A real coffee, not a pumpkin spice latte.
Yeah.
Anyway, but I think you can enjoy these movies. And here's the thing. Here's the reason why. I want to enjoy these movies. One, I want to enjoy them, right? I know that's probably very Kevin Smithsonian way to look at stuff or whatever. But
I'll let it slide.
yeah, because I know you know what I'm talking about. But it's, there are movies that I go see where I know it's not going to be anything other than what it's represented to be. This is a big dumb action flick. Let's go see it.
Expendables.
Expendables.
Perfect
There's
example.
no redeeming quality of that movie, but it's enjoyable as hell.
But yes, the redeeming quality of the movie is it's honest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The entire film, the trailers, everything is
This
honest.
is about us blowing up
know
stuff.
what it is. Yeah, we're talking about specific.
Old people blowing crap up.
That's
Yeah.
it. That's it.
And that's what I want. And that's what I got.
And everyone's entitled to their own opinion.
Antonio
as wrong as they
Banderas'
may be.
character in the third one.
Oh,
was genius.
he was.
Fantastic.
Yes.
Fantastic.
No,
So that's what we need. That's what we need in the DC universe.
We need some
Antonio
old,
Banderas.
washed-up superheroes.
No, we do.
I would actually love to see that.
I have still argued, and I'll end
Oh,
with
to
this.
do the yeah.
Yeah, no. Anyway,
Yeah.
but quickly before we move on to my next question,
Michael, hold on. Michael, now I'm going to start going off on this just to irritate you, bud. I'm sorry. I will go see every single one of these movies because if we stop going to see even the bad ones, these are going to disappear. I will never forget the article being written a couple years ago that said, well, this is just a fad. These movies are going to go away.
That's
And
somebody was eating crow a few years later.
Here's my thing. Yeah, if we continue to do this, and I'm not sitting there stating that they will continue to put out A material, but the studios don't give a rat's ass about us. If you think the last Fast and the Furious made any type of logical sense, but that made over $1 billion, do you think it matters what I think or what you think or what anyone else thinks?
There's a franchise that has actually blown me away. The fact that you could take just what I would consider a standalone movie, right? The Fast and the Furious, just boom, standalone movie.
Which was a Point Break ripoff.
That's it. Exactly. But that you can take that and make 6 more films after it with the same characters based on nothing more than people are driving cars fast to rob moving objects.
Yeah. What are they doing? Well, they're driving really fast and furious. Aren't you in a tank? I mean,
but it's going really fast. Well, that's the furious part.
Yeah, that's the furious part. Yeah.
But that's the That's the thing.
But that's amazing.
No, it is.
Can we not marvel at the fact that that's amazing?
Vin Diesel has mastered the fighting style of the Pachycephalosaurus.
Well, I want terrible superhero movies to go away. I want terrible movies in general to go away. But you know what? Never going to happen. So I might as well enjoy what's going to be put out there.
Here's there are aspects about all of these movies that I like.
Yeah.
I own Wonder Woman.
I own all of them.
Yeah, I bought them. They're on my list. I haven't bought them yet.
Yeah.
But I own Wonder Woman and I own Suicide Squad. And I like Suicide Squad. First time I saw it, I wasn't too sure. Which we haven't even touched on that, by the way. Besides speaking on the fact that David Ayer, whatever his name is.
And Michael, if you think we're done yet, the second part of this episode is going to be about Ghostbusters and the new one.
So if we get to it, please
stay tuned.
Please stop poking the bear.
Ghostbusters won't take long. Trust me.
Don't shoot it.
This, however, could go for still a little while. No. With Suicide Squad, I was pleased when I saw it. I still wasn't sure about it. When I saw it the second time, it was a much better movie just watching it the second time.
Yeah.
I don't know what it was about it. Maybe it's because initially the lead-in, the introduction to all the characters was kind of rushed, was kind of thrown together really fast.
Well, they're introduced twice in a way.
In a way, but that wasn't but the initial introduction to bring them together was a really quick kind of mismatch. And so going into it the second time, you already know who the characters are.
Yeah.
You don't have to you're not trying to piece together the setup. You get the film, you go, I know where we're going, I know how this is going to work. And that was really good. I mean, it was a really good show. But that's one of the ones I think it's not as good as Wonder Woman, but to me it still stands up. I still like it.
Oh, I agree.
I still think I think it doesn't get enough credit for how good it was.
And I enjoyed all of the movies that the DC's put out.
I have.
And I've written several articles actually supporting and defending them.
It's just that when you compare them to
the other studio,
other stuff,
and
right,
singles of people have read them.
Yes, at least 3 people have read them.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay,
real quick. So we're not going to get to Ghostbusters if we don't.
Yeah, we will.
No, we will. We still have 10 more minutes on this. Look. The bottom line, right? Okay. So to go back to the initial question that we've completely gone around,
ignored.
How do we fix this? Flashpoint. It's Flashpoint.
Flashpoint would be perfect. Oh, here's another good idea. Stop casting other people in current roles who are already being done in other movies.
Yeah.
Continuity.
Yep.
It's something. Look it up.
So, but
Please,
okay,
for
so
God's sakes.
So you use Flashpoint as a way to
Flashpoint.
Yeah,
That's the
Flashpoint.
way to correct it.
To basically, essentially, it's Justice League 2, and you use it as a way to reboot their universe. Now, obviously, everything's brighter. It's like but I would suggest actually steering away from the design of the other studio, and and seeing each film as its own sort of thing. Allow it to be its own thing. Don't try and do what they've done, because these characters are too big. They're not characters, and that's the whole thing. DC doesn't have characters; they have archetypes. Batman's one of the few exceptions that he managed
floats,
to become. He floats
everybody.
between.
Yeah.
But Superman,
because he's a ninja.
exactly.
Ha.
But most of these people are all archetypes. Allow them to be the big archetypes that they are. Now, one quick question though: if you could you had a magic paintbrush and you went.
Yeah.
And we could start from scratch.
Yeah.
What would you do?
Magic paintbrush, start from scratch.
Yes. And you have 2 minutes to do. Go.
I would.
Oh, mine's really easy. New director from the get-go. I would not put Zack Snyder in the beginning. I would have start over. I would have just been like, nope, put a different, better, more, a little bit less realistic kind of, specific style director, not even a Nolan. Like, take all that out of it. Leave some of that good mystery from the comic books back, put it back into it, and breathe some life into the damn thing. I don't want to go to a movie to feel like I'm in the real world. I want to go to a movie to escape reality.
Fair enough.
That is my idea.
Fair enough. I go back with their original idea. Their original idea was, we're going to do a Justice League movie first, and then we're going to spin off all these characters. And I think that's what they should have kept with. That was the great thing about your library of characters, DC.
Yeah.
Everyone freaking knew what was going on. You
The
didn't
cartoons,
have to explain
the
who
comic
this person
books.
was.
They've been out there. Everyone knows who they are. At this
Your
point.
trinity of characters, everyone already knew. Everyone already had a base. Even their secondary characters, people knew.
Oh yeah.
They've already had their own shows on TV from the 50s and 60s.
Your quote-unquote B-list characters that the other studio had to start with, you already had a market for them. Start with Justice League. Start with Justice League, and then everyone else gets spun off into their own little world. And you don't have to do a crossover. It's great in the other universe. I'm getting a little tired of it. I'm getting a little tired of someone popping up. The one that did it,
Ray.
I'm tired of it, man. the one that I really appreciate because they handled it really well was Thor Ragnarok. I'm going to go ahead and say the movie because they did handle that crossover well. Everything else kind of feels a little forced now.
Yeah.
Not to sit there and say I don't like what they're doing, because I do, and I'm first weekend in, first showing if I can, but don't follow that model because someone's already perfected it. Start with what you should have done. But since we can't do that, Flashpoint's your answer.
Well,
and you can still you only change what you know is broken. If on certain cases that's all of it, great. But if on certain things it's just tweak here, maybe Superman smiles from time to time.
Yeah.
Whatever the case may be.
Maybe you can actually see his S as differentiated from his costume.
Yeah.
Because, dude, that costume...
hey, cast his face in the movie.
Yeah, exactly. His actual face.
His real face in the movie would be fantastic. I'd love to see his face.
Have you ever seen the new Superman costume in real life?
Because there's not one in real life, but thanks for playing the game.
No, there is. Superman. Yes, there is.
Have I seen the costume they used in the movie?
Yes.
No, I have not.
Okay.
Aside from on film.
Okay. Because it was here a few years ago at the State Fair.
Gotcha.
When Superman had his anniversary, they had all the costumes there.
Okay.
It is luminous. It is
Sean, it is luminous.
Don't take away from this. It's beautiful.
What's luminous?
It shines. No, I mean it really does. Like it looks like Superman's costume should look. Like it's what you imagine in your head, where it shines.
But nothing in a Zack Snyder film
ever
shines.
Exactly. Everything looks like it's covered.
The brightest
in dirt
thing in those
with
films are the explosions.
Yeah.
Well, unless you're watching 300 and then the blood is gleaming.
Yeah, exactly. But
it was luminous.
It was luminous.
The blood was luminous.
Luminous. Which, by the way, is still one of my favorite Zack Snyder films ever done. Is 300.
It's 300.
I still love that. I mean,
okay. Have you seen the ultimate cut of the Watchmen?
No.
yeah,
Focus.
I have.
Okay.
Yes, I have.
We've got 5 more minutes on this.
Okay, so here.
What would you do if
I
you
could
had a magic paintbrush
and scrapped everything?
to fix the DC universe?
Honestly,
Yes.
In 2 words or less.
CGI.
All of it?
I would go to the animation studio of Warner Brothers, get the people who've created Justice League Unlimited and Justice League, the original Batman animated series.
Any of their current animation films.
Pretty much, and just say, look, let's bring y'all together. Y'all clearly understand these characters in ways we don't. And either do one of two things: either do what they're doing with the with the animated movies, where they're just taking stories like Gotham by Gaslight or Kingdom Come. I still haven't seen animated Kingdom Come DC. If you're listening,
No, I wouldn't see a live action Kingdom Come, but I get your point.
Yeah,
go ahead.
If we do that, Kevin Sorbo. Anyway, Superman.
No,
So you either do those individual stories or just do everything as it's Justice League.
So, but are you suggesting an animated films from now on, and no
realism, and you start off with the Justice League as a symbol. They get
like
the
just
Watchtower.
voiceover animation?
Yeah.
You think that's going to fix the DCU?
If you give it to the animation studio who knows what they're doing with those characters, absolutely.
You want me to handle this one, or you got this?
You take it.
Okay. No.
Is it because Pixar already got to it with The Incredibles? Because that didn't make money. Is that what we're saying?
I'm sorry. You think you're trying to make a point? No. The whole point is trying to fix the actual movies that are coming out. The animation studios already have it done. We already have that division. Thank you very much.
Right.
What you were suggesting was good at the beginning, which was get those people involved in your live action movies. I'm not asking for more animated freaking movies, man. They're good on their own. I want someone to take charge of the freaking studio that Warner Brothers, for whatever reason, has no apparent consciousness or thought on everything.
Unless, of course, it's anything on the actual WB.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, Flash, Green Arrow, that's all good. That's all good stuff.
Black Lightning's great.
They can't.
I noticed you left him out.
I haven't seen it yet, so I can't say it.
I'm sorry.
I don't watch current TV. I'm always at least 1 to 2 seasons behind. Netflix. That's all I got.
That's what I got.
Okay. Haven't gotten there yet. Still watching Luke Cage. Enjoying that.
Fair enough. It is. Yeah.
Really enjoying that.
Focus.
Okay.
Focus.
Anyway.
Focus.
No.
That's what I said.
I'm just saying, if I had a magic paintbrush, I would do again Pixar quality, large. For DC, I think that's the universe in which it would work. That's all I'm saying.
I think you're wrong.
I think.
Well, that's okay. You can be wrong.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I understand the point.
I know you're wrong.
I understand the point. We do already have a good DC animated catalog that they work on. I don't think the answer is to
no,
because the live action is so. There are really good things about the live action if they could just tweak it to make it good.
Get Berlanti involved that's the
there you go. Get Berlanti.
Get Berlanti
involved. He's done some remarkable stuff.
Absolutely understands it.
Yeah.
He knows what looks good on film.
And they're good. They're stories about the characters. They're humanized.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, they didn't really humanize anybody in most of these movies. I mean, they tried to do it with Superman a little bit in the first one, especially with him and his mom. And, but they didn't do it enough. I don't know.
All right. So from one tragedy to another.
It's not a tragedy. It's just something we harp on. Still like the film.
Yeah, and again, we critique out of love.
That's true.
Not because we're haters.
Not because we're haters.
Again, as we've all said, we all have the movies except for him because he hasn't bought them. But we want to, and we like the movies. All we're saying is how could they be better? It's a critique, not a critic.
It's a critique, not a hate.
Not a hate.
There's a difference.
Yeah, like we're not asking for Ben Affleck to leave Twitter or something.
No.
Yeah, I mean, he was groping Ben Affleck when last time he was in town.
Yeah, it's actually true.
I don't blame you.
I've got the picture to prove it.
I don't blame you, dude.
And Tom Cavanaugh.
He's a strapping man. I don't blame you at all.
Tom Cavanaugh from The Flash. that was just a genuinely nice guy.
Yeah.
He was just so down to earth, man.
They nailed it when they cast him as
Absolutely.
Flash. Yeah.
Reverse Flash, you mean?
Reverse Flash.
Oh, sorry, Reverse Flash. I'm sorry, Reverse Flash.
Yeah, I like him as a villain. Okay, so Ghostbusters.
So let's go to Ghostbusters.
Okay. I'm going to begin with this. I've only seen the director's cut or the extended edition, which I've been told is not the best version of this Ghostbusters.
All right, so this is the best part about what we were about to discuss. You've only seen the director's cut version of it.
Yeah.
You've seen the theatrical version,
seen both.
and the director's cut. I haven't seen it at all, and I'm never going to. And that is out of my reverence for the first 2 original Ghostbusters movies.
Right.
I can't get past that. That's like one of those. No matter how many people want to remake it, that's one of those things I just can't watch. I can't go back and see another one because I'm like, no, this is something you shouldn't. It's like Willow.
Right.
You don't remake Willow.
Yeah. You maybe make a sequel, but you don't remake it.
I was talking to a friend of mine about that one day, thinking about, hey, what if I was like, I wonder how many people that would piss off if you were like, let's remake Willow. And he goes, dude, he was instantly angry. He's like, you don't touch that movie. I'm like, I know, but think about the conversation you could have. He's like, oh, we're going to have a conversation about it. I was like, all right.
About how it's not happening.
Yeah, and it was really funny. But that's how that's kind of how I feel a little bit about it. But I can't wait to discuss this.
Okay, the only reason I didn't see the theatrical version was because, honestly, I just didn't have time for it. And
go ahead. I'm gonna let you. What do you think of it?
Of the
version you saw?
The version I saw, and again, apparently it stretches out the jokes too long. In many ways, it feels very much like a Saturday Night Live version.
Actually, it feels more like a Family Guy version.
That's what I was going to say. Family Guy's where I would go on with that.
But it's live action, and most of the actors are coming out of Saturday Night Live, so it just feels like a really long Saturday Night Live skit.
Very good point.
Right,
very good point.
It feels like a Saturday Night Live is doing a Ghostbusters skit. That's what that movie felt like to me. But
the cast of Bridesmaids.
That's the version that I saw. Again, that's the version I saw. So
part of the cast of Bridesmaids.
Ray says that the theatrical version was better because they got rid of the dancing.
Got rid of not all of the dancing, but it did get rid of a lot of the overkilling of these jokes. Right.
Yeah.
Now, I went in and I thought 2 things.
Wait, did you go in with an expectation?
I went in with an expectation of this is probably going to actually suck. So let me see what this is going to do. Because
you set the bar low and be pleasantly surprised.
Set the bar really low. I sent it down to like ground level. And
like a Hermes Conrad limbo level.
Exactly.
Perfect.
Where's my manwich? So we turn around and my son and my daughter want to go see this. My son and my daughter, 13 and 8 years old, and they are huge fans of the original Ghostbusters.
Okay, yeah.
And I mean, they love that original cast. Yep. They love the first movie.
I think you can hear
They love the second movie. Yeah. And the third movie, they're like, yeah, Dad, we get it. And my daughter was like, I get it. And even my son was like, it's not bad. And I came out of it going, it's not bad. It's not great.
Yeah, I was waiting for the but. There's a but.
It's not bad. Rewatchable? If nothing else is on and something's got to be on in the background, sure.
With your playlist, let's be honest.
I think it got more hate than it deserved. I will say that.
I will agree. Even the version
fair.
I saw, I agree with that.
I even didn't see it just because I didn't like it, but that's fair. It did get to it. Yeah, people really hated it.
I think part of that was because of the original cast. I think the original movie is on this gigantic pedestal. And here's the thing.
By the way, the sexist BS about everybody going, oh, you got a bunch of chicks doing it. That's bullshit.
Yeah, that's crap.
Bullshit.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter who you are as far as man or woman doing any part in any movie.
And not only
but that was bullshit that people were harping on that so bad.
Here's the thing. What drove me away wasn't the people saying, well, it's because it's an all-female cast. My problem was the way they were advertising it was, wouldn't it be great if it was chicks doing it? And every joke that they put on the trailer was, hey, it's women doing this. Isn't that funny? No, that's not funny. Could you show me some plot? Could you show me a little something? But it's like that's
what you want to see a little something.
I think you're looking for the wrong Ghostbusters.
I don't think that's that's
you're looking for something else.
That's called not Ghostbusters.
Yeah. Hey, Melissa McCarthy. I'm just saying, show a little skin.
She's hot.
I would. Anyway,
she's funny as hell, dude. I love Melissa McCarthy. Man, she's awesome.
Okay. That being said, we can save this movie universe.
All right, let's do it.
Sony, pay attention. I'm going to tell you how to do this and actually make sense. And
Go back in time.
I don't
ever do it.
No.
There's actually,
I know there is. I know there's a way. I know there's a way.
So here we go.
We're saving it while keeping this third movie in canon.
Yeah,
correct?
I will actually keep this Ghostbusters movie because the cast is still a good cast.
Right.
I'm going to show you how to keep this movie.
No, I agree.
Back to the Future
the
4.
cast can be good. Yes.
And I don't know if anyone else has been on the net going, this is what I would do. This was literally a conversation that me and my daughter had because even my daughter was frustrated. And we had this conversation and I was like, holy crap, I think we can do this. And I took a step further.
Did you say you did or didn't like it? I didn't hear because he started talking and
the version that I saw, again, being the director's cut, which is an extended, it just felt.
All it was the jokes for you.
Yeah, it just I didn't.
Aside from that, did you like the film or dislike the film, or was it just the middle of the like he said?
It was okay.
Like, yeah, it's all right.
And here's the thing, like I know Melissa McCarthy can be better. I know all those actors and actresses can be better.
Gotcha.
And that's the thing that bothered me is that there were small but really profound things they did.
I did hear
that screwed it up.
I did hear they paid homage in the movie though to different original characters.
All
We're
over
gonna
the
talk
place.
about
Yeah.
Okay.
All
right. But so
this
as
is
far as to keep the canon and fix the movie.
This is what you do.
Yeah.
In Ghostbusters 2, there's the scene with Peter Venkman, right? And he's doing his whole thing.
Yeah.
He's doing his World of Psychics, TV show. But there are two people on this show. Mm-hmm. The guy who's sitting there saying the world's going to end, and hence we have the plot for Ghostbusters 2. Mm-hmm. And the chick who's kind of out there who says that, well, no, the world's going to end in 2016.
That is the actual date.
This movie came out in 2016, and the world was trying, again, to be ended. Go back to that. Well, Ray, but it doesn't make sense because she was, this was all about aliens and everything else. So let me help you, Sony.
Oh, hold on. Let's describe that whole scene for people who may have seen Ghostbusters 2 30 years ago.
No. We're not going to. So the bottom line is she talks about this, and so she's like, this alien took me to his hotel room and blah, 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 and told me the world was going to end in 2016.
Okay, thank you. That's all I was asking
fine.
for.
So, I'm going to help you out with two franchises. Number one, what you do is, this was the event they were talking about
in Ghostbusters
2.
Right.
Was what happened in Ghostbusters 3. How come no one remembers the original Ghostbusters? Well, guess what you have coming out pretty soon? Men in Black 4. Okay? You take Chris Hemsworth, whose character was in Ghostbusters, and justify his stupidity in that as he was undercover the entire time. Because after the events of Ghostbusters 2...
They wiped the memories.
What do you mean? Well, we know that Men in Black have been around since the 40s, right?
Yeah, since Roswell.
Yeah, since Roswell. So they've been around since then.
And we've seen them wipe mass memory before.
And
in New York. Using Lady Liberty.
In Men in Black 2, the Statue of Liberty was used as the mind wipe, right? Mm-hmm. How did they put that in there? Well, at the end of Men in Black, or at the end of Ghostbusters 2, Statue of Liberty has to be moved back.
Yeah.
And you sit there and you say, okay, if this ever happens again, we're going to mind wipe. This is the first attempt at mind wiping everyone in New York. We got a mind wipe. Okay, perfect. What do we do with the original Ghostbusters? One's got to be a taxi cab driver who's still lucid enough to remember what the classification of ghosts are in the third movie. Dan Aykroyd goes, no, that's a class 4, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
That's number one. Number two.
He's one of those crackpots you see online that posts in a blog. Jason, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I am what you're talking about.
Number two, Peter Venkman has to be a recognized television person because he had a TV show.
Let's go ahead and
so
throw
they
him in
still
there.
have to keep him with his psychic stuff on there. Keep him that way. You know Winston?
Yeah.
He was used to being around the dead people. Now
nobody wants to be Winston.
He's now a funeral home
Stranger
owner.
Things callback season 2.
Yeah, we know. Now a funeral home owner. Poor Harold Ramis, God rest his soul, he passed.
He was a professor. You put his bust like
right.
they did in the thing.
So why is Hemsworth over there? He's undercover. In part 4, in the new Men in Black, just turn around and sit there and say, well, why are you now back overseas in London? Because I need to move my assignment over here. And you don't have him come back for the sequel to the next Ghostbusters, which explains it. This is a crossover world. Look, Men in Black, we don't just handle aliens. We're going to let this Ghostbusters team survive because we realize now someone else has to be focused on this.
And I mean, that's your justified answer for Ghostbusters 2, is they were like, we're not killing these guys, but we let them use this.
Yeah.
As it was happening, we went, look, they're obviously equipped to handle this. Yep. Let's let them do their job. When they're done, Lady Liberty will take care of everybody.
Yeah. Well, and I think it's one of those things that you could easily exclaim, because even by the end of the first, the opening of the second film, the second Ghostbusters, everyone's looking at the Ghostbusters as if it was a scam.
A lot of them are, They're like, come on. Because we saved the world, Gozer. And
theory for this copyright, Ray Perez, just in case Sony's listening.
2018 copyright, Ray Perez.
You own the characters, I get it, but my idea.
Yeah. So I mean, they'd already done that. And so at this point, Men in Black don't have to do anything. They're like, okay, well, it's already started taking care of itself. But by the second time, it's like, you've got magic goop that can make inanimate objects animate through the power of positivity. It's like, think about the power. It's like what the world just saw was catastrophic in its ramifications. People are like, wait, magic's real? What can we do with this crap? Wasn't
magic, really?
Spirit, whatever.
Was it?
You got 4 minutes. Wrap it up.
Okay. that is more catastrophic than any of the alien technology, which you'd have to try and replicate. That stuff anyone can do with a Ouija board and some pig's blood.
Well, the bottom line.
So you could see the Men in Black saying, "Hey, this stuff's too dangerous for anyone to know." And
I'm not talking even about a complete movie of trying to have the Men in Black and Ghostbusters. It's just
you acknowledge
it. They acknowledge each other and they go, "Look, here's the deal."
And then Ghostbusters.
We try this once again, and doggone it, we're going to give the memories back to one of the original Ghostbusters to help you, Dan Aykroyd.
Yeah, because you already killed off Venkman.
And then you create your Ghostbuster world and your Ghost core, or Ghost, that they want, in their movie franchise, and you create it off of that. Because it's just like Men in Black. We've got to have different franchises. We got to be all over the world. We got to do this. This is not just us. We can't hide this anymore, and the Men in Black are starting to run out of ideas. Because even the aliens are like, people coming back from the dead in other dimensions. Actually, this is kind of beyond some of our stuff, too.
Yeah.
We could use the help. And you've got this entire movie script that's just sitting there.
Ghostbusters 3 in space.
4.
No, it's not. You don't ever put it in space.
Yeah.
But it is.
No. In fact, that's how you open Ghostbusters 4 is everyone's like, hey, where's Chris Hemsworth character, whose name I can't even remember.
Hold on.
Well, Hemsworth just shows up in that Men in Black suit.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Was this technically Ghostbusters 3, or was this just Ghostbusters?
This
was just Ghostbusters, but had it been canon... it would have been number 3.
But I'm telling you, this is how you make it canon.
Right.
And this is how you can continue the story with a logical point from their point of view.
And it
can be done.
But then crossover and say on the same world.
Yeah, whatever. All right.
Take 10 minutes of the movie and go, this is what happened. Get Dan Aykroyd back in there. Get Winston back in there.
Yeah, get Ernie Hudson.
Why do you think we chose you to be related to one of them for Leslie's character?
Oh yeah.
This is why you were chosen. It was
in your blood. You didn't know that you had this. You became a Ghostbuster because it was
so.
You had a draw.
And essentially, and you could even argue that because
the universe was putting them together.
The universe is pulling this together because it needs to exist, and that's how they're like, look, at this point we realize we're fighting a universal constant here.
Yeah.
This has to happen. So
we need to worry about our stuff.
Yeah.
We can't do the spiritual stuff anymore. This is for you guys now.
The other thing they need to do is fix the frickin' movie trailers and stop giving away the plot.
Okay, that's a whole other. That's another show.
It's another show.
All right.
2 minutes, man.
2 minutes is fair. Okay.
Jansen, what did you think? You like the show today?
Jansen, man, my God, it's a really good show. Very fun.
Wow, you are high, aren't you?
That has nothing to do with it.
that has nothing to do with it.
See what happens when all of us start drinking before noon.
But it was a sip.
Okay, I didn't start drinking before I got here. Go ahead, Jason.
Fair enough.
All right. Viewers.
1 minute.
We'll see you next time. Have fun. But do like us and subscribe on Facebook and YouTube. Please go, if you have any questions or suggestions or you want to give us giant piles of cash, you may email us at vagabondnerds@gmail.com.
No strings attached.
No strings attached.
For us.
I mean, if I need to
what it
dance
means.
for it, I'll dance for it. I'm just saying. And do we know what next week, or not next week, but next episode is going to be?
Yes, we will surprise it next time.
Okay, it'll be a surprise. It's like Christmas, just way less entertaining.
Hey,
No, we got a big white guy in a beard every 2 weeks. It's like Christmas.
I'm done.
Ho,
hey,
ho,
hey,
ho, mother-
Burt Reynolds passed away. That was hard,
man.
man. That's
That
one of the hard
sucks,
ones,
dude.
man. So
That sucks. Yeah.
much respect to
Yeah.
to his legacy there.
Thank you, Bert, for all you did.
Thanks.
Smokey, Bandit, all the good
Speaking of
stuff.
Smokey and the Bandit, Jansen, get that Smokey song back on for us, will you? Y'all have a great 2 weeks, everyone.
Yeah.
We'll see you later.
Yep.
Gonna clean my room until I got high. I was gonna get up and find the broom, but then I got high.